guys, welcome back. So I look like trash, but I'm feeling pretty good, believe it or not. So I am doing a little series of bed maintenance, one section of the garden at a time, or one garden bed. And I think this is the 4th or 5th video. Anyway, I did one just this morning, took a little break, and now I'm back out here again. I'm feeling like I can do more. So I'm gonna do one more today, but it'll probably be posted the next day. But it's been so good to get that done. The yard's just looking so much better as I concentrate on every little thing in the garden. I can see if there's any pests. I can see if anything needs to be fertilized. I can see if anything needs iron. I can take out weeds. I can water. I can deadhead and just focus on that one little section at a time. And it's not so overwhelming, especially in this heat. So I'm trying to pace myself, but it's overcast today and I'm actually feeling really good. So instead of just doing one video this morning, I'm doing 2. And let's show you the section I'm going to be working on today. I'm going to be focusing on this section here. I'm going to be doing a lot of deadheading with my dahlias, any weeding. You can see the progress of my lisianthus. Some are actually getting ready to bud, and I'm so excited because these are going to be stunning out here. Not too much weeding. I did that like a week ago, so it's looking pretty good. Just a few things here and there. I probably will come in here with fish fertilizer and just give everything a nice fertilization, especially my dahlias. Some of them are kind of leaning too, so I need to make sure I tie those up a little better. We've had a lot of wind and storms. And obviously get some deadheading done, but they're looking stunning. I need to fertilize these Supertunia mini vistas because they're looking a little sad. They need a little iron, they need a little food. I'm hoping they survive this heat. It's been crazy. I need to put some water on this dead spot right here. I think I will go up to here, up to my roses, and deadhead these Shasta daisies. And my Molino, always the first to bloom. It's just amazing. I love this rose. And the colors are so much more vibrant because they don't have thrips anymore. I took care of that. So I am going to put some iron tone around the base of my roses as well. And I'll take care of this crazy stem right there. So there's quite a few things to do. I need iron tone in here too with my raspberries, and I'm also going to put berry tone in there. These get very chlorotic. I feel like I've talked about that a lot, but you can kind of see how these leaves here are lighter in color and they're actually starting to burn a little bit. That's what happens, is they eventually die back. So here, let's find a good example. These are missing iron. See how they are missing that chlorophyll right here. So that's a telltale sign. They should be dark and green and consistent just like this. So they are a little deficient, so I will come in and do that. But I think I'll do a voiceover on this one and tell you what I'm doing, and maybe look up and talk about the different varieties of dahlias as I'm like cutting them back. I don't know. I'm gonna trim up my tomato. I already gave it tomato tone, but I need to water it in. Just threw it on there the other day. You can kind of see it around the base. And let's see what needs to be done over here. Water these, and I am gonna go get some plant tone. I still haven't gone to the store. I need to do that today and put plant tone on those. I think they'll do a little better on my hollyhocks. I've got a little second flush of hollyhocks back here. Look how cute. So cute. Do any weeding. I'm going to pull this out and hopefully pot that up soon. This is recovering a lot better than I thought it was going to. I might give it just a little tiny trim up, not much, because I don't want to stress it out. This needs iron tone at the base too. All my roses definitely need it this time of year. I put chelated iron on it the other day, but I'm going to put some iron tone on it today. I'm going to cut back my lavender, give it a break for a minute, and cut back this lamb's ear a little bit too. I always have to make sure it's not interfering with my sprinkler. I think it's okay. All right, so lots to do. I'll just start on this end and work my way that way. This cart's getting a little messy, but it's got everything I need in here. Tomato tone, berry tone, iron tone. Oh, I have some more of that too. I need to go grab the other bag. Clippers, everything I need. It's getting a little messy as I've been working. I probably need to, like I said, I'll clean this out today and it'll look better tomorrow, but it has everything I need. Okay, starting off with a little iron tone for my rose here. This is my Lady of Shalott. Now I'm coming in and trimming back this lavender. It was getting a little crazy, had bloomed, and I'm hoping if I cut it back now I can get more blooms in the fall. And then I'll be working on the dahlias here. Just doing a little bit of deadheading. They are in a little bit of a lull, but hopefully we'll get some more blooms here soon. Then I'm coming in with my boxwood and doing a little bit of trimming. Not too much because it will definitely burn in this heat, just enough to take a little bit of those ends off and round it out a little bit. And then I have so much bindweed in this area. In fact, a lot of areas in my yard have it, so I'm just really working to get that out. It tends to grow underneath my roses at times and then climbs up. And there's also some bindweed here that I'm taking out, this whole area, and you just really have to keep up and up on it all throughout the summer. And I just pull it and pull it and pull it when I see it, and then there's really nothing else to do to kill it. But it's kind of satisfying to take it out unless it's really gotten wound up and tangled in some plants. So it wasn't too bad in this area because I've been keeping up on it. I've also been doing pretty well about keeping up with the weeds in these Lysianthus. I have mostly just spurge in here. It's kind of fun to pull out, especially when the soil's moist, so that didn't take too long. That was a fun little chore to do. I actually don't mind doing that. Okay, the sun came out. Super hot. So we're just gonna bust it through and get it done. Let's work on the dahlias now. It's on airplanes. It's not Brandon. He went flying this morning and he's already back, but I always look up to see if that might be him flying around. So I got that section done. The sun came out. It's super hot now. Now I'm wishing I wouldn't have started it, but I really need to get these dahlias supported and cut back. So we're just gonna get it done and go for it. But this is what always happens. I always kind of push myself a little too hard and kill myself. Let's just get it done. My camera can't be in the sun. It's way too hot, so I'm going to keep it back here in the shade. So you'll just have to watch me work. Hopefully that's not too boring. So I have some stakes in here and I tied these a little bit loose at the beginning of the season, but we had a few storms come in and I realized I need to have them a little tighter. It's not my favorite method. I've tried out different things. You'll see here I have some on stakes and then I have some with some T-posts with some string, and I like that best, even though there's kind of issues with both of them. I just need to tie some of these dahlias on the string to this and make it a little bit better. But anyway, staking them and bunching them is kind of stresses me out because it's kind of bunching all the flowers together. So, but both methods work fine and work for me. So I am going to thin them out just a little bit, and then I'm coming in and doing a lot of deadheading just so when you come and walk in, you don't have any dead flowers on there. It looks nice and fresh, and that's really nice and refreshing this time of year when it's super hot. So that's a chore that I like to keep up on. These dahlias struggle a little bit in this heat. They really shine as it cools down a little bit. I'm envious for those people that don't get like 100-degree weather and can have their dahlias looking super fresh. The blooms just don't last super long in our area this time of year. But I'm looking forward to fall when they can kind of rest a little bit and not struggle in this heat. On to the raspberries. They've gotten a little wild and bushy. They're really full this year, which is nice. I think I'm going to have a lot of raspberries. I have some wire kind of caged around these, and I'm just coming in and tucking in those branches that have fallen out and just making it look a little tidier and nicer. It was getting a little bit wild. I like to kind of keep up on that during the summer and tuck them in as they grow, but it kind of got away from me a little bit. Then I'm climbing back here in my window well and cutting them back. I have an AC unit back here and the dahlia right there, and so I'm just giving that a little bit of breathing room there, and so I don't have a big mess on that little patio next to my air conditioner that you can see right there. So I'm coming in with some iron tone. I have about 1.5 cups left in this bag. I'm sprinkling it throughout the entire section of raspberries, and then I'm going to come in with the berry tone. This is, I think, the 3rd time that I put berry tone on here, and right now they're just really starting to like fruit up, and so I think this is a good time to add some more. So I'm adding that, giving it a nice refresh and a boost before it really starts to produce berries for us, and I'm really excited for that. And I'm also adding iron tone to my roses. This is my Molino, like I showed you before, and so I'm doing it to this whole grouping that I have here in my rose garden. And to make this look even more fresh and nice, I have to come back and deadhead my Shasta daisies. They just look so much better, and so I am doing that once in a while. I'll get a few little blooms left. I think it's just too hot in our summers to get a really nice rebloom. I'd be curious to know in other areas if you get a lot of reblooming of your Shasta daisy. I just am kind of wanting to know what's normal, but we really don't get that second flush. Coming in and deadheading the lavender here, and then so hopefully I usually do get a second flush of this lavender as we get into fall, and then I get more roses blooming. And I love the roses blooming in the fall because they're a little bit more vibrant in color when we have those cooler nights. So I'm definitely looking forward to that, especially because this heat is just so terrible. But you can see that everything looks so much better now that the Shasta daisies are deadheaded. They were so full this year, and so it really just made it look kind of dead. Whew, it's hot, guys. Too hot. This is why I've been wanting to come in the morning. Okay, fish fertilizer. This is what I use for my dahlias. Honestly, this is good for anything, but it smells disgusting. I just put a glob, literally glob, in here, and a glob in here. Fill that up, dump it on my dahlias. And then I'm also gonna fertilize my Lysianthus and my petunias with the water soluble from Proven Winners. The last chore here is adding a little bit of chelated iron to give these a quick shot, which is nice. I like to put the powder on near the base of the plant and then come and water it in and just make sure it's all rinsed off the leaves. And then I am also fertilizing at the same time as I'm rinsing that iron in there. And I'm just using the Proven Winners water soluble fertilizer, which I like to use on my annuals about once a week. So that is it, you guys. Thanks so much for watching me in the garden. I am just gonna quit here today, but we'll come back and be refreshed next time, and we will see you guys then. So thanks for watching. We'll see you. Bye.